Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source will be in front of us. The Celtic spread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom and oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Mercury, and Mercury is actually going to be in Pisces the early part of March, and then it's going to move into Aries. So that's going to be moving from your second house of possession, self-worth, and finances into your third house of communications, short journeys, and siblings. And also, it actually is going to start to go in shadow, the pre-retrograde shadow, just after the midway point of the month. And then, of course, that means next month it'll be retrograde. All right. And we see your sign. So, yeah, could just be saying you guys are still focusing on yourselves to an extent. Of course, at the time recording this, we're still in the Aquarius season, so that would make sense, right? There's still some planetary energy going on there. And we have 12. So 12th house energy for you guys is Capricorn, and that area of the sky is actually pretty quiet right now. But 12th house in general points to spirituality, blind spots, and mental health. All right, so with all out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Three of Wands, and challenging that, we have the Emperor. So these are actually both Aries energies. So it could just be saying that for some of you, you could be waiting to reap the rewards of work that you've already done, and it could just be saying that the challenge there is that you're going to have to wait until Aries season kicks off to actually start to see tangible proof of those rewards coming your way. Now, for others of you, this could just be saying that maybe you've been waiting for something to come your way, and the challenge with the Emperor there could just be saying that the challenge could be for you to be more proactive, right? So if you're just been trying to stay in the more receptive energy, wait for things to come your way, and it feels like it's just not happening, could just be challenging to be a little bit more proactive in that regard. And let's see if anything else comes to mind. And it could just be saying that if there's an external person that you're dealing with, so let's say within the workplace, right? If you're waiting for rewards to come in, it could just be saying that there could be someone who's in charge that's been slow to give you what you deserve around the situation. Seems a little less likely, but at least a possibility for some. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, I feel like this is ultimately what a lot of you are wanting to do, right? You might want to get out and explore, right? Maybe take a vacation, things along those lines. But again, like I said, it looks like you're just waiting on something to come through for you first before you can do so. So let's look at that another way, right? Maybe that Three of Wands represents you guys putting in a vacation request at work, right? But you're waiting for your boss to finally approve it. You're like, what's the deal here? You know, I want to get this planning rolling, right? Right. In the past position, we have the Six of Cups. So for some of you, this could just be saying that if this is around your career situation, right, maybe you've already made amends around the situation in the past. So again, with that Three of Wands, saying that maybe you're waiting for something to come your way. So maybe there were some discussions around compensation, let's say, within your job, right? And maybe there's a little bit of a misunderstanding there that they might have said to you, oh yeah, we're going to give you a pay increase starting in April, which is our new fiscal year or something like that, right? But you were thinking that you would get it right at the New Year's, so that could be where some of the crossed wires are coming into play. But either way, I'll just be saying in the past you seem to have done some repair to damaged connections in the past. Could be career related, or it could just be even family, romantic connections, you name it. Right, in the present position, we have the Fool. So yeah, to me, again, similar to what I was feeling with the Knight of Wands energy, it looks like you guys are just ready to go, ready to start something new, ready to take on something new, right? So for some of you, even if this was an energy where, like I said, you'd been waiting for something to come your way, this could just be saying with that Emperor energy, some of you might have already started to embrace that, right? Like, okay, I've been waiting long enough, I'm going to just go out and get what I want. All right, in the near future position, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here, and it could point to balance being restored in the situation. So it could just be one of those things where, you might have been waiting for something to come your way. Then when you almost finally give up on it and say, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to go do my thing, then it finally comes your way, right? That tends to be how things work sometimes around these situations. But regardless, like I said, if it looks like there was some financial compensation that was due to you, it looks like that'll be coming your way in the near future. And I would say timeline wise, that might be when we have that Pisces new moon, because that's your second house of finances, and then it's going to make a supportive aspect with Uranus in Taurus. So it could just be one of those things where around that time you might start to see some financial improvement. And if it's not necessarily just directly related to financial things, if there was some kind of connection you wanted to repair, it looks like there's some promise of that happening this month as well. All right, the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Sun. So, of course, this could just be as simple as saying that as the sun's been moving through your sign, it might have re-energized you guys, right? That tends to be somewhat common for people when the sun's in their sign. They start to feel a little bit reinvigorated, feel like there's a fresh start energy. But beyond that, I feel like this is saying that you seem to be embracing the more light, playful energy this month, and that tends to be drawing good things to you. All right, in the environment position, we have the Justice card. So yeah, to me, this is a great card to see in the environment because, like we said, regardless of what circumstance it is exactly, like I said, maybe some of you owe compensation from a job situation. Maybe some of you have been waiting for a connection to be repaired, whatever the case may be. Seeing the justice in the environment position, to me, says that ultimately, no matter what cards are played, it looks like they're going to work out in a positive manner for all parties involved this month. And I should point out, too, given that that is Libra energy, timeline wise, it could just be pointing to the full moon eclipse that we'll have in Libra toward the end of March. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Strength card. So, yeah, some of you maybe you've been trying to hold back, right? Because deep down you might have known these things would eventually come your way, right? But it's just been a matter of you holding back from being overreactive, right? Or possibly even causing some damage around the situation. So yeah, I feel like you might have been fighting that battle for a while where you're like, okay, you know what? I know it's eventually going to come my way anyway, but maybe you started to feel impatient at times, but at the same time, you're saying that you hope that you can hold back from that, and for the most part, it looks like you've done a good job of doing so. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Two of Wands. So, you might look at this on the surface and say, oh, well, is that a setback from the Three of Wands energy that you were in the main situation position? But to me, this is more of getting that green light that you're looking for, right? Because the Three of Wands is much more energy of sitting back and hoping for things to come your way, whereas the Two of Wands is much more of an exploratory energy, a more action-oriented energy, and it actually represents the first 10 degrees of Aries. So again, this would coincide with what I was feeling with that Libra full moon eclipse that we mentioned as well, which is to say, I feel like toward the end of March, whatever blockages you're feeling, they look like they will be clearing up, and you'll be able to move forward at that point. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. So this is actually a Taurus energy here, and maybe it says that you've been feeling like you've been lacking a little bit, right? So yeah, for some of you, this could absolutely play out in the financial way, right? Where, like I said, you might have had discussions in your workplace. They offered you the additional compensation, but then the fine print there was, oh, it's not going to start till April, right? So you might have already been expecting to see that increase, but it could just be one of those things where it wasn't going to happen till a little later in the year. And then if that's the case, you can get some clarity around that this month, which will help things out. For others of you, this could just be saying that maybe some connections in your life have been suffering, right? So, like I said, if there was someone that you've been hoping to come forward toward you and you needed to repair a situation, it could just be saying you might take that action. Or if maybe you've been so caught up in work, things along those lines, right? And maybe that's had some of the connections within your family suffering, right? Maybe you agree, oh, I'll go on vacation with them, right? So multiple ways that could be playing out. But yeah, it looks like this is what you guys have been feeling for a certain amount of time. But to me, it looks like you're coming out of that more, and this is something that's going to be coming towards you in the future. All right. Moving on to your 4 agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word, and it says cultivate faith. Right? It says to have great faith is to have great power, because your intent, your will, is undivided. When your word isn't dissipated by doubt, the power of your words become even stronger. Interesting message there, because I did mention with Mercury how that's going to move from your second house into your third house communication in March, and then it'll actually start a shadow period, and eventually, like I said, be retrograde in the month of April. So actually having it in your house communication, right, you might feel like it's going to impact you a little bit more strongly than others. So something to keep in mind there if you start to feel the energy creep in when we get closer to the retrograde. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle deck, we have Yang. There's the artwork, and the number is 1. So we'll see what this has to say. Okay, essential meanings says the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. The Oracle's message: Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, and that seems to align with what we were saying as far as seeing the 3 of Wands energy initially, and then seeing the 2 of Wands, and even the Sun card, right, where the Fool, where it looks like you're going into an energy of just letting things come your way to being a little bit more proactive and going after things this month. All right, the relationship message says circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement toward your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. So yeah, definitely a good message there. And with the Justice card and the environment and the relationship context, if this is representing another person, I feel like this is saying that, yeah, you could feel pretty confident that if you do express those feelings, they will be reciprocated, and this person would return favor for you guys. Okay. The prosperity message says projects, partnerships, and all matters related to your business are out of the obstacle phase and on to the make it happen phase. Now is the time to stake your claim and get things done. While you can expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. So yeah, interesting there as far as it said, out of the obstacle phase and onto the make it happen phase, right? So the obstacle, like we said, could have been even maybe a physical person who was withholding whatever you needed to move forward. And now, like we said, it looks like that energy is clearing out. And then about the part where it mentions having the energy to take these things on, makes you think of the Fool energy, the Sun energy, 2 of Wands energy. So overall, definitely looks like a really good month for you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.